Arches. This area in the US state of Utah is one of the most famous national parks in North America and owes its fame to its fantastic sandstone arches. In spite of its comparatively modest size of 300 square kilometers, it boasts one of the most magnificent landscapes in the entire southwest of the United States. The plateau is 9 kilometers from the town of Moab. Towering above the Colorado River, it is geologically unique. The remains of an ocean that around 300 million years ago covered wide areas of the continents was responsible for the development of these remarkable rocks. After the ocean dried out, a 3-kilometer thick layer of salt remained that was gradually covered by additional layers. Due to the increasing pressure of the rocks above, the layer of salt beneath became unstable. As the rock shifted, large areas of severe undulation were created. Over the course of millions of years, the power of wind and water and constant extremes of temperature created the rock formations that are visible today. The breathtaking natural arches have become the unmistakable landmark of Arches National Park in the southwest of the United States. The impressive process of erosion that began in prehistoric times shows how even the hardest rock can be manipulated by the forces of nature. The unique atmosphere of this region attracted prehistoric native Indians who believed that this region was sacred. Since its official designation as a national park in 1971, the thousands of tourists who have come here from all over the world have been captivated and intrigued by this unforgettable region in Utah. The park contains many natural monuments. These arches in the park's windows section are part of a single mighty rock wall. The closer one moves to the arches, the more impressive these naturally created wonders made of red-colored Entrada sandstone become. For many years, these rocks lay almost undiscovered, The first white settlers who explored what is today's national park were Spanish. In the 19th century, there were those who expected to find immense mineral deposits and other valuable natural resources within this region. But the hopes of the gold miners came to nothing. Instead, large deposits of uranium and a surprising number of splendid natural arches were discovered outside the town of Moab. The stone of tunnel arch was eroded so smoothly that the arch indeed seems to resemble a modern man-made tunnel. Some areas of the park still contain traces of some of the earlier rock strata in addition to the otherwise dominant Entrada sandstone. Landscape arch is one of the most striking formations. With a span of around 100 meters, it's one of the largest of its kind in the world. At its narrowest point, it is only 1.8 meters thick, and the incessant force of erosion continues to weaken the rock. In 1991, a 20-meter long and over 3.5-meter wide section broke off from the underside of the fragile landscape arch. Delicate arch rises up grandly and majestically above Cache Valley. It has become one of the most famous and most photographed stone arches in the world. This distinctive, gracious, natural stone masterpiece even became the proud symbol of the state of Utah. For millions of years, the freestanding delicate arch has defied both wind and weather. But one day, it will inevitably collapse due to its own weight. For in Arches National Park, one thing is certain. Even the hardest stone must sometimes give way to the persuasive power of erosion.